His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh is ringside for this massive event here tonight at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Lawrence Okolie. He's 6 foot. Lawrence the Sauce Okolie. This WBO World Champion Cruiserweight is a hard hitter and could fight at heavyweight one day. Alexander.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is a British, Commonwealth, and European Cruiserweight champion from London, England.
And this one has... We're expecting an all-action slugfest. He takes that jab. Punch, counter punch. Neither fighter willing to slow down. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Well done with that counter shot. Straight right just misses. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Nice counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. Catch and shoot. Defense is not an option for these two. That counter shot lands. To see someone use a jab here to establish a buck. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. Here we go for round 2. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunchers are the best.
Just missed with that jab. Missed with that right uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter shot. When you're facing a longer opponent like this, you've got to get inside.
You're getting in there with a fighter with a longer reach. Now you've got to depend on your footwork, your pressure fighting, slip inside the shot, slip outside the shot. But when you do it, you don't just slip, you've got to capitalize on it. Throw some shots after that to make them scared of letting the shot go.
This last round still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do different? There's the bell for round 3. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That one will count. Nobody home with that hook. Both men step back for just a moment. It's a very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he scores with the counter. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Beautiful counter punch. They're both trying for a knockout. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Okolie in that last round. He is down big time on the scores. There's the bell to start round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Throw a shot, they get countered. Good counter punching. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these five. Hold it right there! Lawrence Okolie caught with a thunderous shot. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Whoa, wait a minute. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. How is this fight still continuing?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Incredible work rate. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that. Back into the fray here in round 5. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Okolie in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here we go in the 6th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he misses with that straight left. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always... We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
A shot from the gods took him out.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Misses with the straight left. They have no respect for each other's punching power. One punch could change everything in this battle. We enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Okolie in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being dropped twice in that last round. And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. has been his best weapon all fight long. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice exchange here from both men. Okolie may go down here. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back up.
This round could go either way, 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. And we enter the 8th round. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done...
Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Perfect counter shot. Tried to score with a jab. That jab doesn't score. That time counter shot. Swing and a miss with that hook. They exchanged. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
What a